Today, I think we'll be discussing another two very interesting topics. One is related to wellness trends, and in the second hour, we'll be discussing about Islam Ahmadiyyat, how, in Islam Ahmadiyyat, the unity is there, and we'll discuss about more into it. But in the first hour, we'll be discussing wellness trends and time to get on board. In recent years, the concept of wellness has evolved beyond mere physical health and fitness. It encompasses a holistic approach to leading a balanced and fulfilling life, encompassing physical, mental, and emotional and even spiritual well-being. As society becomes more health conscious, new trends in wellness are emerging, offering innovative ways to enhance our overall quality of life. Today, we will delve into some of the latest wellness trends and statistics that underscore their significance, highlighting why, it is essential to get on board with these trends for healthier and more satisfying life. The global wellness market is valued over 5.3 trillion in 2023. In the UK alone, the health and wellness industry is estimated to hit 30.6 billion in 2023. Huge number.
So that's in pounds.
Yes.
30.6 billion pounds. So overall is a 5.3 trillion dollars.
Yes.
It's 30.6 billion pounds here in UK. That's a huge amount of money being spent on that. Yeah, definitely.
And the health and the wellness industry growth rate is 10% and expected to continue at its pace through until 2025. And we see everybody's health conscious. Everybody's trying their level best to become more healthy in all ways. And workplace wellness has become an increasing focus for organizations around the world. The global corporate wellness market was worth $53.5 billion in 2022. And is estimated to reach $55.8 billion in 2023. Approximately 75% of large employers and 33% of small companies run wellness programs. So even the companies, they have taken the initiative. They understand the need of the time and how people are, they are more keen to become more healthier, and they are taking care of their health. And that's why we see the industry is growing, and so as even the companies and the big employers, they are providing such facilities so they can give them opportunity for their workers to be more healthier. Now we'll be moving to our next guest, who's with us, Mark Field, who is the founder and director of Prof Consulting Group. I welcome him in the show. Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and thank you very much for joining us today.
Good afternoon. Delighted to get a chance to speak to you again.
Yeah, thank you. Mark, I would like to ask, to start off, as we're discussing wellness trends today, why is it important for individuals and businesses to stay updated with the latest wellness trends?
Well, I think there's two separate answers to the question there, and that's a great start for the call. But I think from an individual perspective, what we've all realised or been reminded of over recent years is our ability to build resilience and tolerance through a healthier lifestyle and a different approach to wellness. And I think that's really driven the focus as we look at our very fast-paced life, where we're constantly working, we're constantly engaging with people about actually how do we take a moment back for ourselves, which is important to disconnect and recharge. So I think from an individual perspective, there's a clear understanding why it's important to us, because ultimately it should contribute to longevity of life. Mm-hmm. I think from a business perspective, I think it's slightly different. I think we're seeing the growing focus around the environmental and the social and governance agenda now across many businesses. And from a social perspective, making sure that your employees or your team members are treated in a well-focused environment is becoming increasingly important to attract the right people, retain the right talent within your business, but also to create an environment where they're comfortable and you get maximum return from them. So I think it's a general recognition that actually we need to take a moment, we need to be kind to each other, we need to recharge because we're not built on endless energy. And I think the ecosphere around us at the moment is very focused on that, whether it's from an individual perspective or from a business perspective. Yeah.
True. Could you highlight a specific wellness trend that you believe has the potential to make a significant impact?
I think with health and wellness, it means so much to so many people or so many different groups. But I think for me, there's two areas that I'm finding really exciting. If we look locally, as within the UK or Europe as an example, I think this focus on mood foods or indulgent is really interesting. The mood food, because I'm taking time to relax and unwind and have, that fruit tea or that milky based drink, something there that's just going to take me away from the pressure of every day and just give me 10 minutes just to recover, get my thoughts together and go again in the afternoon. So I think that whole focus around mood foods and mood drinks is particularly interesting at the moment. But I think it also links into indulgent, that if you're going to spoil yourself, you want it to be really worth the calories, really worth that special moment that gives you a lift because it's been fulfilling, as opposed to I ate it, didn't really enjoy it, hasn't done me any good. I've had the sugar hit and back into work or back into the next meeting. So I think there's a trend locally around mood food, particularly in the drink space. And I think really indulgent products that when I have that treat, I want it to be small, but I want it to be absolutely hitting all the cues on the quality perspective. But I think as you look internationally, what's really exciting for me is the narrative in the US at the moment around food as a medicine, where food technologists and brand owners and health organizations are now looking at food differently. We've known about nutrition for food for a very long time, but now what they're looking at is the ability to use food to help people recover, to help people prepare for surgery and to recover from surgery afterwards, or the ability to adapt the diet to suit people's needs as they've come out of treatment or need care. And I think for me, that's the next exciting stage. And I think that's exciting because healthcare is a significant cost to many developed countries. And rather than treating people, the ability to prevent illness and disease through a better understanding of food or clearer labeling of food to help consumers make informed choices, even things such as reducing obesity, I think that's a really exciting space, yeah.
And with the rapid pace, of technological advancement, how do you see technology influencing the future of wellness trends?
I think at the moment, technology is improving at such an incredible pace. The challenge for me, or the opportunity I believe is out there, is how well consumers understand it and how well consumers embrace it because of what it can deliver for us about our own physical well-being, as opposed to that perception that people are using it to collect data to be able to send me a voucher or to send me an insurance policy because I'm not as healthy as I should be. So I think it's about how does it resonate with the target audience and how is it accepted. But when you wake up in the morning, your iPhone now tells you, did you get enough sleep? So before you start the day whether you're in a great mindset. The increasing presence now of watches or smartwatches that tell you, this is your blood glucose level for the day, be careful what you eat, so on and so forth. There's so much information that's coming now and generally is readily affordable. I think if we embrace technology because it helps us as individuals have a better, healthy lifestyle, I think that's great. But I think a lot really depends on how it's launched into the market and how accessible it is, and that we have trust in the way the information is collected and used. I recently had dinner with a client in Australia, actually, and he had a watch and he had a chip in his arm, and he could tell if he was eating the wrong food, the impact on his blood glucose level, and he could change what he was ordering from the menu so that he had the right level of energy for the meetings he had in the afternoon. So the technology is there, it's affordable, it's reachable. I think we just need to have confidence in it and embrace it.
Indeed, I think it comes to an education now, the awareness. So what role do education, I would like to ask you, what role do education and awareness play in the adoption of wellness trends?
Well, I think we're in an environment now that if you don't feel well, the first thing you do is go on the internet and sort of do the Google doctor, if I can use that expression. So people are used to researching stuff. And we know generally that consumers have a really strong appetite for understanding more knowledge about the food they buy and the products that they're sourcing and so forth. So I think there's a void there that can be filled with the right level of education that starts with the young generation, works its way through the middle age, but also takes the elderly population on that journey in a way that we can put the right information to them, keep it very clear on what the benefits are, start off simple and build trust and build confidence. If we go in with something that's too technical, then I think there's a risk that the level of uptake will be low. But when we talk about certain food types, such as low sugar diets, low salt diets, gluten-free as an example, high protein, consumers understand that. And I think there's a great opportunity for us all collectively as a food industry to build on that understanding and now take it to the next stage.
So, again, the do wellness trends, tend to be very based on different demographic cultures or regions.
I think, as I said earlier, I think wellness means something different to many people. But I think ultimately, what is wellness is about looking after yourself. It's about looking after your family. It's about making sure that you eat a healthy and nutritious, balanced diet, and that you take special moments to unwind, reflect, and go again. And I think regardless of where you are in the country, where you are in the world, or your culture, that same principle around diet, exercise, relaxing, learn from others is a key part of the wellness trend that can just be interpreted in different ways to achieve a similar outcome. Yeah.
And so at the end, how do you foresee the wellness landscape evolving in the next few years? And what should businesses and individuals be prepared for?
So I think if you're a business, if I could start with that one first, I think if you're a business and you're looking to develop a product or a solution into the market, the ability to link it to something that's health related, I think is a great way to increase your rate of success. Very recently, I was in an Apple store. They've got a new drinking bottle there that tells you, based on your weight, how much water you should drink a day. And then it tells you how much you've drunk, and it all links into an app on your watch. It's another water bottle, but they're delivering that water bottle at a significantly higher price than a normal water bottle because they've put technology around it in a very simple format that helps personalize it and helps you understand, hey, my target's 2 liters today. Have I drunk enough, or do I need to drink more? There's obviously other easier, more cost-effective ways of doing that, but that's a great example of someone developing a technology and a product to fill a need for some of the population. So I think, my advice to any business, as I say to any of our clients, health and wellness is a strategic objective for many of the retailers in the market now, internationally. If you can link your product in to say it's healthier because of, it's better for wellness because of, then your chances of success are better. And I think from a consumer perspective, in an environment where we're seeing lots of things now that claim to improve our health, from downloading an app on a phone to different types of food to different types of exercise, it's about making sure you trust the advice that you're being given, so you choose a solution that is right for you and you've got confidence in, and not necessarily be drifted or impacted by a marketing claim that isn't robust. Now, make sure you really trust it. Make sure it really works for you. And if you try it and it feels good, then that's a great sign.
Amazing. I hope our listeners have, benefited from this. Indeed, I have. And I'll look into the water bottle you discussed at the end. Thank you very much, Mark, for joining us today. It was a pleasure speaking with you. And have a nice evening.
You're welcome. And if any of your listeners want any more information, please check out our website, www.profcg.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you indeed.
Bye-bye.
So you were listening to Mark Field, who's the founder and director of Prof Consulting Group.